Welcome you back to Black Site, and tonight we're going to talk about the Pan-Africanist movement, their war against the ADOS movement. The Pan-Africanists are extremely angry that they see a rising tide in the ADOS movement who are demanding reparations from this government. They feel as though this is wrong. You got brothers like Umar Johnson and other brothers across this country who feel as though the ADOS movement is coming up short. But I would like to tell those Pan-Africanists who think that us going back to Africa, trying to save Africa, trying to save the Caribbean will help us all in the future. I would like to ask them, when has Africa or the Caribbean come back and try and save us in America? They have their own serious problems in Africa. They have to deal with colonialism, and they're not dealing with that extremely well. A lot of their leaders in their countries are selling out to colonial powers, and now that China has moved into Africa, especially places like South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, and other countries, you tell me, where is Pan-Africanism going? It seems like they're not even involved in their own countries. We are here, American descendants of slaves, who have been abandoned by Africa. There was no great movement in Africa begging that we come back, or giving us dual citizenship, or giving us land within their borders. There was nothing. We were left here to toil for 400 years. We had to make our own way through Jim Crow, segregation, until we are right now today, fighting for reparations that we rightfully deserve for our ancestors. I want to ask the Pan-Africanists, what can we do to actually save Africa if we can't even save ourselves in America first? Or we can't even get rightfully what's ours in America first? We first have to fight the fight to get what is duly owed to us by this government. And not only by this government, but by businesses who took advantage of the slave trade and made millions of dollars to build a foundation for their businesses. And we built a foundation for this nation. Yes, I know it makes you feel good that you can think and dream about saving Africa, and maybe that we'll go back to Africa and maybe start our own small country, or possibly rebuild some of the countries over here. But that's extremely unlikely, seeing what's going on in Africa right now. They have leaders who have very little respect for their own people. What makes you think that they will have respect for American descendants of slaves who, like I told you earlier, they never came back for? Africa is in complete chaos. They have very little quality leadership in these nations. Everybody in a leadership form is trying to make dollars. And the colonial powers are still running these nations. So you tell me what we can do in Africa that we first should be doing in America. And in America right now, we have a movement. It's gaining strength. We are asking for tangibles in which we can rebuild here in America. We're asking for dollars, which the checks should be cut. We also should be given land here in America. Many of the white immigrants who came over here, they received land during the Homestead Act. And many of them got wealthy off that land. During the times after segregation, we had some land, but that was also stolen from us. So there is so much owed to the ADOS movement in America. So you tell me why we shouldn't be fighting for here first, but be fighting for Africa or the Caribbean. They need to fight their own fights. They need to be addressing what the colonial powers owe them in the trillions of dollars. Or if you're in the Caribbean, what the colonial powers owe them in reparations. They should be fighting for their own reparations, like we are fighting for our own reparations. I know that these brothers love Africa, but you should be loving this movement first. And we should be binded together in this fight to get reparations from this government. Because this government right now, they know the truth. They know they owe us. And see, the precedent has already been set down. They gave reparations, what was called the Marshall Plan after World War II. They helped the Jews get reparations any way they can throughout this world. And they know this movement has credibility because the precedent has already been set across this world that we should receive reparations. And I'm not talking about no trinkets. I'm talking about real dollars and cents. Here in America, they gave Native Americans land. Now they have casinos and they make billions of dollars. Where is our land? Where is our money? But I'm supposed to go fight in Africa where you got billions of people in their own country who refuse to take back what's theirs, who refuse to ask for reparations from the colonials, who refuse to take back all the gold and diamonds, which is rightfully theirs, and all the raw materials, but I'm supposed to fight for them when I haven't even been finished fighting for myself here in America? That doesn't make any sense. If they came together in Africa as one united people, not as people in a tribe, they could reclaim the continent of Africa and be the richest continent on this earth. But they are separated by tribes. They haven't put together a union where they can coalesce and fight for the resources and fight for the reparations that's owed. We here in America will show the way. We will show them that we will fight to the end to get what belongs to us, what our ancestors worked for 400 years. It's no disrespect to them, the Pan-Africanists, but you have to understand the cause is here now first, not in Africa. You must believe that there shouldn't be a war against the ADOS movement. You should join the movement. And at first, when we get the reparations here, maybe once we're done, we can fight to get something in Africa. But right now, ADOS is first. And I want to thank you for listening to Black Site Underground News that you can use. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button and hit that notification button, and also share this video.